Hey guys, Charlie here. Welcome back to my basement. We're going to continue where we left off in assembling the desk, but I have one issue that I have to sort out before I can actually really get it assembled and start building things up the way I want. And that is regarding this front section. Now, I told you in the last episode, like, we're going to I'm changing the orientation and how I'm sitting in the desk. So rather than being facing that direction and having sort of the shelves and stuff on this side of me, I'm actually going to be facing this direction, and I'm going to be using this as the primary surface now. So it's kind of a big change. And the reason why I'm doing that is because this surface is about 6.5 inches thicker, as far as it's like, you know, its surface space anyway, is about 6.5 inches thicker than the space around this. So like from here to here, it's 6.5 inches or so thicker from here to here. That's going to allow me to get my monitors a little bit further away from me, which I like, because this also means that I get to put my keyboard tray on the surface. I'll have enough room now to put the keyboard down. That's what I'm hoping for. I don't want to use that little keyboard tray thing anymore. It's just cheap wood with like cherry colored like paper over it. It's peeling already. It looks terrible. I hate it. I don't want it. So I'm not going to use that keyboard tray. I'm just going to put my keyboard right on top of the desk. That's what I want to do. So in order to do that, I actually have a problem. And when I envisioned this happening here, when I envisioned this desk sort of being down here, I envisioned that this sort of concave, curved edge, right? I want it to sit behind that curved edge because it gives me just a little bit more space away from the monitors in the middle of the desk than the sides. Because the monitors are actually going to be kind of like this. They're not going to be like in the middle so much. And so as a result of that, like it's not giving, the curve's not giving me any benefit in terms of getting me away from the monitors. I want that benefit, so I need to sit in the middle of the desk with the curved edge being towards me. And if that's the case, I have a problem with assembly because this piece needs to assemble over there. If I flip this around, it's not going to assemble on this side, and on top of it, not assembling on that side. I have this whole, there's this panel right here that would get in my way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip this thing over onto its head. I'm going to take the top panel off this, and I'm going to just 180 it and attach it right back to the legs. So I don't know exactly if it's designed to do that, but I'm going to do it anyway. Let's get started. Okay, so this is now flipped over, and like flipping it over isn't just the whole story, because on the bottom, right, it's all held together by these little things here, and these holes do not exist on the other side of the desk. So I'm gonna have to drill my own holes and sort of do it my own way here. So DIY projects, yay! Okay, so I don't really do this whole construction stuff with my hands, build things with my hands kind of thing, as my dad, who's probably watching this, will probably smile at. But I think I have enough brains to like figure this out. And so what I've done is I've measured out, let me flip the camera over. So what I've done is I've measured out from this point right here, which is where the first little stub goes, and this is where the other one goes. I've measured out sort of like this rectangle, right, with 90-degree angles. And I've basically figured out that this is 2 1/8 from here to here, and that's this line. And then this is 5 3/8 from here to here. And so by judging that, I can always go over 5 3/8 and then down 2 1/8 to get to my destination here to get the next line. So that's how I kind of figured out where this is relative to this. So since I'm going to be doing the exact same thing on the other side, I need to do the same thing. So I drew this straight line all the way down to as far down as I wanted to, as far down as I thought I had to. Then I went from this hole, which already exists, went over 5 3/8 until I got to this line, and it should be the same length, and it is. And then I go up 2 1/8, and I end up with this tiny dot right there. So that right there is where my hole should go. That's where the first hole should go. And then from there, it's just a matter of going in straight lines, right? Straight down and drawing the remaining holes all the way down. So if I'm right and that's how it works, then the only thing I have to worry about now is drilling a hole that's too big. And so I'm gonna drill them too small and then just crank it with the screwdriver to make it the right size, so. Too small. You know what? That is probably pretty good. I don't wanna go too big, and I'm pretty sure that 3/16 is too big. Yeah, that's a tight fit, which means it would be drilling a hole bigger than that, and I don't want that. So, 30 seconds, you are the winner. All right, just gotta hope that I didn't go too deep. I don't think I did, but I just have to hope that I didn't. So, whew, that is actually really tight, which is not necessarily a bad thing. Are you gonna dig? You're digging, I like to hear that. That's what I like to see. Yeah, you're digging in right there. Yep. All right. So that should be the new location for that. And it looks like it's in pretty well. Pull it out. It's a pretty tight fit in this hole too. It's just a little cleaner here because it's already been drilled before. But this one is pretty much the same. So I know that I got the right drill bit. Okay, so you can't really tell right now, but we just got company and they're upstairs doing, it's a bunch of girls doing all their little ohs for the baby, you know. But I've managed to get all my holes drilled, right? And they're all lined up. They're all the exact measurements as what was over there. So I'm gonna put this on and see what happens. And if it works, then I'm gonna put the rest of the thing together and we'll have something really awesome. And I'll feel pretty accomplished because like I said, I don't do this stuff very often. So I'll feel pretty accomplished. You can still hear the vacuum cleaner. Even though we're downstairs, the vacuum still is quite loud. So, kind of getting progress, right? We've connected this side and this side. Full disclosure, disclaimer, the holes for like the wooden dowels, they're positioned right, but they're still not big enough. So I had to actually up the size of my drill bit and I just drilled bigger holes and they worked. So that's cool. But this is a really big pain in the ass to put in because you have to put these two pieces together kind of at the same time as you put it to the desk. And now I have kind of a worry because I have to do probably the same thing to that side. I mean, I can only be in so many places. I only have so many hands. So I'm gonna get some help with this. So that worked out okay. You know, it's up, it's pointing the right way, it works, but I'm gonna have another problem now because it wasn't designed to be this direction. It's not gonna attach properly. These two sides or these two end pieces are not gonna attach properly. But it's still connected, right? Like you have the two desks here and this little thing is connected, and now we have the curve facing towards me, which gives me the extra space on that side, and that's what I wanted. Does it look better than the other way? Probably not. It probably would have looked better with the curve outwards, but I think it will work better this way. And since that's all that matters to me, that's what we're gonna do. We have tons of company upstairs, so I'm gonna go join them, and I'll pick this back up when I have the time. So the modification was a success, right? I mean, it got put together, it works, everything, all the pieces fit together like it's supposed to, everything is fine, but it's not gonna connect to the rest of the desk. And like, I guess I was just so, I wanted it so much to be in this particular way that I kind of ignored the reasons why it can't be this kind of way. I think that summarizes it up pretty clearly, why it can't be that way. The only way around this would be for me to just accept that there's going to be a gap here and to just do the rest of the desk that way. But I don't want to do that. So I think it's probably now, even though everything kind of worked the way I planned for it to work here, I think now is the time to admit defeat. I felt so proud. I did it with my hands. It's not that hard, I know, but for me, it's just something I don't do. And it worked just fine, you know? I'm going to have to reverse the changes, though. It's been an adventure, but I'm going to have to reverse the changes and put it back the regular old conventional way. All right, so the object now, of course, is to reassemble the desk completely, and these little plates right here go underneath and like sort of connect the different areas and like lock them into each other and stuff. And the reason why my desk, one of the biggest things I like about this desk, especially as a U-shaped desk, is when everything is connected together, it is so sturdy. Like it's really rock solid sturdy. And it's because it's connected all over the place. There's a lot of weight to it, and because it was also tethered to the wall, so you really couldn't rock it all that much too, which was really great. When anyone would bump into it or whatever, it would just stay right still. Like the monitors wouldn't even really shake all that much. Well, I'm not going to have it tethered to the wall now because I don't have that big column over here, but I do have carpet now. So the carpet itself is going to keep it kind of steady from moving and stuff too. Like it's really hard for me to even I can't even slide even that table. For any of you guys out there who are doing this, whatever, pro tip, I got this from my dad kind of because I saw he had one and I really wanted one. So get yourself one of these. This is a magnetic dish, magnetic plate, whatever you want to call it. And aside from the plastic components, which are kind of just thrown in here, you never have to worry about any of your screws falling out on the floor. Just stick it in one of these and you never have to worry about stepping on it. Like I said though, the plastic ones, they don't stay in there, but it's a magnet. It's awesome. Also, keep it away from your laptop. Okay, so this whole thing is connected now. Everything is, it's all one piece. It's all pretty sturdy. So we're gonna put a plate between the two boards here, and I gotta scoot this whole unit close enough to it. It's angled on this side, so it will cradle the other bevel. Like it just fits in gloriously. And then pretty much all the power I need from all my computer and stuff, pretty much all the power is gonna come from this outlet. And the core is going to run there, under or behind this leg, or behind this this area here, all the way to a UPS module, which is going to be mounted to the wall right there. It's going to be great. Pro YouTuber tip number 2, and this is pretty much pro anyone who likes computers number 2. Always have a UPS, uninterruptible power supply. It is super important to have this. And there's dog hair on it. That's not super important. I'm a little bit embarrassed. Like that time lapse where we were disassembling the desk, it's been like 3 months or so since I had actually cleaned behind the desk and stuff, and my God, that dog sheds a lot. There was so much dirt and hair under there. I was so embarrassed, but it's like, ooh, press on. Anyway, uninterruptible power supply, extremely important. You plug this is all surge protector. You hear about surge protector and stuff, and you hear that kind of stuff at the store, and it's like $10 or whatever. This thing is like $65. I think it was like $65. I might be wrong on that price. Linked in the description, by the way, to Amazon if you want to get one of these. It's been super reliable. It's awesome. I hook my server to it. I hook my NAS to it. I hook my computer to it. I hook one monitor to it. And I think I hooked something else to it. I forget what it was. My router, I think, as well. I hooked my router to it, and my modem's not, but the router is. And what that does, because there's only 4 plugs, right? So this here, this is surge protection on this side. And then these 4 are the uninterruptible ones. These ones are the battery ones. So you can up to 4 devices can be plugged into this where they're uninterruptible. So my NAS gets plugged in, my computer gets plugged in, one of my monitors, and then my router. And the reason why I did that was because my server, my RAID, is connected to my home network. And so if for some reason the power goes out, right? This is the reason why this is super important. If for some reason the power goes out, because I'm on a desktop computer, normally everything would shut down and I'd lose my work wherever I am, everything would just be gone. My uninterruptible power supply, however, will keep my computer and everything connected to it. I've tested this so far and I've gotten up to 12 minutes on this thing, which is more than enough time for me to save my work, shut down whatever it is, shut down the NAS properly so it doesn't have any data corruption. And I'm able to do it with my monitor on, so at least I have one monitor, I can see what I'm doing. Computer, obviously, NAS, obviously, and then the router is on so that I can still communicate with the NAS to shut it down properly within the software if I need to. If I can't for some reason do that, and it's like I'm down, it used to be if I'm downstairs and the power goes out, I can run upstairs and do it. But now it's like if I'm upstairs, I can run downstairs if I want to, and I can shut it down. I'll have plenty of time because I've got this like 60, 65, whatever dollar it is. It's probably wrong. The real price will be right here. You know, go down there, click the link to Amazon. By the way, any links you ever see on this channel that go to Amazon, they're all affiliate links. You don't pay any extra for the stuff there. So if you're going to shop there anyway, then it's cool. But if you get there using my affiliate links, I get a small kickback. Helps the channel grow. It's just more ways to support the channel. If you're going to be doing things on Amazon anyway, consider adding your bookmark, adding my affiliate link to your bookmark. Details on that also link in the description down below. I know, I'm just like whoring myself out, aren't I? I'm sorry. I don't mean to do that. I won't do that anymore. So this is what it is right here. I'm going to connect it to that, and then we'll have a stable working thing, and then I can start getting, you know, this stuff hooked up. I've got a plan. I'm like torn between two different plans on where I'm going to put my PC, and I'll reveal that in the next video. But I'm kind of torn between, do I hide it and keep it out of sight and, you know, really safe and whatever, just keep it out of the way, or do I put it potentially in the way, but do I like show it off to the world, right? And I'm kind of leaning towards the show it off thing, only because I think it'll actually improve my experience of using this whole space, I think. So I'm also considering that. It kind of depends on how close, you know what? No details, I'll show you in the next video. Right now I'm gonna get this desk done. Oh, and by the way, if any of you guys are like looking at this going, why does Charlie's screwdriver look so weird? And why does it make funny noises when he moves it? Well, this is a sonic screwdriver. No, just kidding. This is a ratcheting screwdriver, and it works like a ratchet wrench. So you don't have to take your hand off of it and keep turning. You can just kind of work it like a ratchet wrench. It's really nice. I like it. So like if I put this in here, a lot of you guys already know this already, obviously, but like I'm just screwing in the screw. Like I don't have to take it out and like reset it and everything. I just twist it like a ratchet wrench. It's really nice. I like it. And that's it, guys. Desk is all assembled. Everything's ready to go. It turned out really pretty well. I have high hopes for this space. I think we can do some pretty cool things here. And pretty much, yeah, next video we're going to be looking at getting everything set up and working in order. And there's a lot of questions I have of myself, and I'm going to answer them next time. So thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.